Minasan, konnichiwa. Genki desu ka? Hope you're all doing good, guys. Okay, in today's video, guys, I'm going to show you how we can create Japanese roof tiles in the anime style inside of Blender geometry nodes. This is all procedural, guys. We don't have any mesh. Basically, we have nothing. Like as you wait, let me just go to geometry nodes. As you might see, this is the node tree. We have no mesh. We have nothing. We have just the grid, which is inside of geometry nodes, which is procedural. You can't control anything, guys. I will show you the controls before we deep dive into these nodes over here. And before we start, make sure, guys, to subscribe to this channel to get the latest videos. And of course, if you wanna help this channel, you can get my newest Blender Mastery ebook. If you are still a beginner, maybe you are interested in learning Blender, you can get this ebook for $2, which is just something to help this channel. Link in the description. And also, this project file is for free. Also, link in the description so you can get it, guys, and have fun with it. So let's explore this file. Okay, we have these settings in the right side over here. Let me just name it roof tiles like this. I guess it's correct. So first thing first, we have the X array and the Y array, which is acting like an array modifier, guys, basically inside of geometry now. So we can array it like this, okay, and array it like so until we have just one tile, as you can see. And if we hop on to wireframe view, we can see the resolution of this roof tile. Okay, we can control this resolution with this vertices X. I need to name it, guys. I need to name it to geometry geo res. Okay, so we can know which resolution is this. By default, it sets to 25, but you can play with it, guys. Make it less than that, so you can have a blocky roof tile, or more detailed one, or even high quality one. But it's extensive on your machine. So by default, 25 is going to be good. I'm going to limit it, guys, for you. So the minimum should be 25, so you can't get more than 25. So yeah, less than 25, sorry. So it's locked for 25 for the safety purposes. Maybe some of you guys are still beginner and don't know, and they are just playing with the values, and maybe he will get stuck. So yeah, I need to save the project because I didn't save it, oh my god, for a while. I forgot. And also we have the pattern. Okay, because this is a procedural, I made this pattern procedurally. Let me show you guys, because it's really interesting, guys. Okay, I made it with this wave texture, and this wave texture send it to the set position node, so we can distort this grid. Originally this grid is just a flat plane like this, as you can see, but after we added this set position node, as you can see, it's like this. We have this pattern size, so we can play with the pattern. Just remember this value over here because it's correct. You can see you can play with the scale of this pattern because we have just low resolution. We don't have many vertices, so we can't make it so small. And yeah, you can play with it, guys, and get anything you want. And also we have the pattern distortion. Hope you guys can see it clearly on YouTube. We have this pattern distortion, so we can distort it like this to make some imperfections or something, like it's not perfect, like it's a handmade thing, like if you want to put it into your anime scene, as you might see. And yeah, and this is all the inputs or all the settings over here. It's really simple, guys, and I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. And also we have a simple simple material or texture, which is also procedural. So if we go to shading, as you can see, let me just focus on that. Focus like so. This is fully procedural. I've made it with this simple MPR shader to RGB, color ramp and stuff, you know. And yeah, and also you might know with geometry nodes we don't have any UVs, so we've made it our UVs ourselves, but in a different way, which is with a simple one node, guys. So yeah, if we go to geometry nodes, we have this really beautiful node, which is the realize instances node. This node tell Blender to convert all these things to single one mesh, so it's not the individual things. Just to explain it more and more, let's make 5 instances. Okay, I'm going to show you. If this node it wasn't here, let's mute it for now. As you can see, this shape it turned into single objects. As you can see, they are just single objects. But if we unmute it, you can see it's one object, and here they are separated, as you can see, and this is causes the unseamless texture, as you can see, or the unseamless thing. It's not really UV. So yeah, this node told Blender to convert all of these things into one mesh. As you can see in the spreadsheet, we have just single one mesh, which is not separated. So first thing first, we need to delete every single thing inside of here, and Shift A and create one plane. We need just this plane to create over it the node trees and stuff, you know. You can use curves or anything, but I like plane for this project. And you can go to geometry nodes, or even, yeah, you can just open up these geometry nodes inside of here. Click on here and geometry nodes editor, and we can click on this new. Okay, now to get started, we need the grid, which is the thing that we are going to make on it the roof tile. So we need grid. By default, let's make it 15 as I did over there. Okay, as you can see, it's looking good. In the wireframe view, you can just press or hold down Z and go to wireframe, or click on Shift Z so you can switch between wireframe and solid viewport. Okay, you can enable here this cavity, or yeah, cavity, I guess, and turn it into both and increase all of these stuff so you can see better and better. Okay, now we need a set position node. Set position node. I guess in here we have this timing. Yep, we have this timing, and we can see if this slowing down our computer or not. Okay, for now all of these are 0.1 milliseconds, and it's pretty fast. Yeah, so now we need the profile, which is the wave texture. So we need a wave texture. Okay, put it into here, and to control this wave texture we need a color ramp, or even we can use the map range node, but the map range node might not work for all of you guys. We can use it, but just to make the things easier for you, we are just going to use the color ramp. Okay, you can plug this color into the offset and it should work. Okay, it is working right now, but we need the factor to put it into the factor, and it is working. Okay, but still there is something weird happening. It's just going all over the thing. We need just to go in the z-axis, not go to z-axis and shift into the x-axis. We don't need that. And it's also shift to the y-axis. And this is our this is not weird, because we are offsetting in all of the directions over here, x, y, and z. We need to specify the x-axis or the y-axis, or one axis. We need to specify one. So to do that, we need the combine xyz node. This is really helpful, guys. If you are in trouble, you can use it. So we are just going to plug this into the z-axis, and we need it to offset. and it is working. Okay, nice. Now just we need to play with this scale over here to get something really cool. But this plane over here is so small, we need to make it big, maybe 5 meters. Yep, 5 meters is going to work very well. And now we can just play with these values over here until we find something that might looks good. I guess something like this, but it's still slow resolution. We might need to do 25. Okay, 25, but we need also to play with this value over here. Okay, we need something like this. Okay, this is really cool. And now we can just extrude it. But as you can see by the timing, it's so fast. Okay, we need an extrude geometry or extrude mesh, and this is happening because of this individual. We need to shake it off, and we need to offset it by a small value, which is really cool. And we need to shade it smooth. We can use either the set shade smooth node, okay, and enable this shade smooth. It is working, but it's not working fully. Okay, there is something happening, but I'm going to use under the normals set shade smooth by angle. This node is going to work, and ignore the sharpness. Okay, and play with this value over here. You can see some lines over here because of this cavity option. If you turn it off, you can see it's smooth. Yep, just turn it on so people on YouTube can see the shape really cool or really well. I don't know. Anyways, okay, but we have another problem, which is this empty space. We can fill it using the join geometry nodes. We can search for it, join geo, and we can use this node, or you can press Ctrl and Shift and right click and join it. If it's not working for you with this shortcut, you can go to edit, preferences, and search for node wrangler, which is this one over here. Make sure it's checked and save preferences over here. Nice. And as you might see, when we extruded the thing, it's slowed down. As you can see, 0.27 milliseconds, but it's still pretty fast. So now it is working. Okay, it's working. We don't need to care about this timing. It's just something here, but you know, this is just because of my PC. It's you know, it's slow. That's why everything here is slow. But if you have a good PC, you know, you are not going to see all of these numbers over here. Okay, now we have the profile, we have the geometry. Basically, we have everything that we need to. Now we can okay, you can see there is a slight distortion. I guess we have something. Oh no, we don't. Okay, distortion is set to 0. I was thinking there is a kind of distortion, but still there is nothing. So distortion set to 0. Nice. Now we can instance it, guys. Basically, now we can instance it. So we need a geometry to instance. A geometry to instances. Okay, we need this node over here to turn this geometry into an instance, so we can instance it using the duplicate element node. We can't use instances on points because we don't have any points, so we need this duplicate elements, and we need to turn it into instances. Okay, it is working, but if we like do this amount over here, nothing happening because they are instancing in the same place, which is bad. need to do something. Okay, we have this set position node over here. We can use it, Shift D, and use it on into here. And now we can offset these instances by a value. Maybe we need to offset it by itself. By offsetting in all directions, we need to specify one direction. We can use the help of this combine XYZ, and we need to do that just in the x-axis. But still, it's not going good. So we need a mat node now. Mat node, okay. And we need to turn it into multiply. Okay, where is multiply over here? I can't see it. Oh my god. Yep. We need to multiply it by a value, which is this value, as you can see. This value might work. Okay. You can play with the profile until you see this gap is, removed. And now, I guess it's working. We can instance. Yep, we can instance. Really cool. We need to do the same thing, but with the other side, which is the y-axis. We can just select all of these, Ctrl J, and name this. We can select all of these guys. We can select all of them, Shift D, and move them into here. And we need to select this geometry and put it into here, to this geometry, and this final geometry into the final geometry. And it's working. But we need to flip that from the x-axis into y-axis. And we need to tweak this value over here, maybe value of 5. Yeah, value of 5 is going to work. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And now we can instance on this thing. When we increase this instance, as you can see, it's by default, it's automatically instancing in this direction, as you can see, which is pretty cool, pretty neat. And as I said, if you want to make these people, okay, if you want to make these things smaller, you can see, we can just go into here and use the transform geometry into here, and you can scale them in the y-axis to make them really small, as I did in the original one. We can just go into here and tweak this this value, and ta-da! It is working. It is just colliding. Okay, and now it is working. They are pretty small, but they are working pretty good. Okay. Yep, cool. Now it is working. You can just name this thing F2 and remove that and call it Y. And yeah, now it is working. Now we need to add all of these settings into here, into this modifier. First thing first, we need the scale or the resolution. Okay, let's use the scale, geometry scale. Let's plug all of these two in one slot, so they are going to go together, and go into the group and name this roof size. Okay, and now use these two together and name it roof res. Okay, you can name it anything, I'm just doing this thing. Okay, and we need the profile size as well, so use this, or the profile scale. We don't need this distortion, but we can add it. Okay, by default this roof resolution is set to 25 or 15. Let's use 15 or 25. Yeah, minimum 25 and maximum is 1000. Yep. And for the scale or the roof size, by default it's 5, so the minimum should be 5. Okay, or more than that. So, and we need to duplicate this group input and put it into here. And we need to put this amount and name it x-axis array, and duplicate it one more and put it into here. Y-axis array, and I guess we're done with that thing. Okay, I guess we're done with these nodes over here. They are similar to these things. Okay, just the same. I have these into groups, so we can replicate the same idea over here. What is it? We can use all of these. Ctrl J, Ctrl J. Okay, and in between I can use a transform geometry, and I can just lower these down in the x-axis because they are too long. We can flatten them a little bit, and yeah, yep, nice. And now we can set material, so we can create our anime material. So set material and select the default cube material or the default plane material. Yep, and go into the shading. And before we go to the shading, let's add the realize instances node. Realize instances node. And we are still pretty fast, guys. We have 2.9 milliseconds, and which is pretty good for this simple one. So we can just go to material, shading. And yeah, we are in material. We need to enable scene light and scene world. Okay, and Shift A, add light, sunlight. Okay, and rotate it a little bit and increase the light a little bit. Okay, select the cube material. We can use a red color for now, and we need shader to RGB node and put it into here, and we need a color ramp. Okay, set that to constant and just play with that. Okay, I guess it's working. Ctrl C and Ctrl V and make it darker a little bit. Select that, Ctrl V, which is lighter, and we can use a mix color node and mix that with an even darker red color. And by using the noise texture node with another color ramp, okay, reset it with this reset, or you can use the backspace and use the factor into the factor, and also we need it to be constant, and use this as a factor over here, and yep, it should work right now. Okay, it is working, but still we need to just play with these things. As you can see, they are stretching, so we need a texture coordinate, or we can just Ctrl T over here, and we can use the object vector, and as you can see, it's working. Play with this scale value over here, and yeah, we can play with the details a little bit, so we have this kind of thing going on. We can play with this so we can see just a little bit, not too much. As you can see, this is our NPR or animating roof time. You can use it in your scenes. Basically, this is just a simple shader. You can use a more complex one, and you can use this for highlights, not for shadows even. You can use it for highlights, which is like this. You can use it for highlights. And you can even use more complex nodes as Fresnel node and make some even more highlights on top. You know, you get the idea, guys. It's pretty simple to do. I want this video to be just so small, not too much, you know. So yeah, as you can see, this is the final result for this one. It's the same as this one. Yep, as you can see, it's the final product. As you can see, same, not different. Okay, so cool. Yep, thank you guys for watching, and see you soon with another videos. Salam.